Currently, Nebraska is the only state in the union that doesn't allow driver's license to children of illegal immigrants that came to this country at an age younger than 15 years old, according to Joe Dugan. A bill on immigrant driver's licenses remains stalled but gets lawmakers' prioritized by the Omaha World Herald, copyright March 13, 2015. There is currently a bill, number 263, in the unicameral to end this ban and allow these young adults to obtain driver's licenses. According to the unicameral update, driver's licenses requested for young immigrants comments by the Nebraska Department of Transportation Telecommunications, March 4, 2015, LB 623, will allow residents of Nebraska of driving age that are covered by the Federal Deferred Action of Childhood Arrivals, or DACA program, to obtain a state identification card or driver's license. Now, I know there are two sides to every argument, and I can see why some think the measure currently in place in this state is sufficient. I believe that the Bill 263 should be passed, allowing these people to have driver's licenses. Today, I will discuss the disadvantages of the current measure, the benefits of passing LB 263, and finally, how to get it passed. The current measure in place, not allowing these illegal immigrants to have driver's licenses, has many disadvantages. First off, this measure portrays Nebraska as an unwelcome place for new businesses to move to. If a business is thinking of moving to Nebraska, they may see a measure such as this one and decide to go elsewhere. With these young adults, often referred to as dreamers, not being able to drive, they can't get to work as easily and therefore hurt our workforce. Many may argue we don't want illegal immigrants taking jobs from our state citizens. However, these illegal immigrant workers are essential to our state's economy. There are many jobs that would be unfulfilled if these workers weren't here to fill them. Second off, many of these dreamers are trying to become legal citizens of the United States, and obtaining a driver's license is a great first step in that direction. These people currently not allowed to have a driver's license came to this country as children. According to Don Walton of Immigrant Driver's Licenses Bill Clears Committee, Lincoln Journal-Star, April 10, 2015, State Senator Friesen said that he has begun to focus more on "it's not their fault," referring to the fact that these children's parents immigrated here illegally, and the kids didn't have anything to do with it, and therefore shouldn't be punished for what their parents did. I personally believe in this as well. To me, it seems that people in this country forget that at one point nearly all of our ancestors came to this country looking for a better way of life, except we had it a lot easier than the immigrants do today. Now that we have discussed the disadvantages of the current measure, let's jump into some benefits of passing the legislative bill 623. One benefit our state could see is a more accessible workforce. It is kind of funny to think about, but our country has a relatively high employment rate, but yet a work shortage. There are many jobs available to those who are willing to work, but many of these jobs aren't thought of as very good paying or just not very popular jobs, but nonetheless they are jobs. American citizens aren't filling these careers and jobs, but immigrants are often more than willing to. In Nebraska, there are many immigrant workers that perform many jobs necessary to our state's success, according to the Heartland Worker Center Legislative Bill LB 263, copyright 2011, referring to these workers. Jerry Kooning of Imperial stated, "Nebraska would drop to its knees if it wasn't for the performance of this labor force," during a hearing for the bill. In a state where a car is often a necessity when one has a job, this bill would create a much more accessible workforce. With a more accessible workforce in this sector of the economy, Nebraska's economy will see a boost. Another benefit our state could see is boosted economic activity from more drivers. With more drivers, there will be more vehicles purchased and more people stop at convenience stores and other stores, places of business, adding to the economy again. With illegal immigrants obtaining driver's licenses in the state, more will have a good start to becoming law-abiding citizens as well. I realize that getting a driver's license isn't anywhere close to becoming a citizen, but it is a good start to keep the ball running. And isn't having more law-abiding citizens always a good thing? For any of these benefits to be realized in this state, we must get the legislative bill 623 passed through the state legislature and into action. At the time of making this speech, this bill was well on its way to passing. However, there is at least one roadblock ahead. Governor Pete Ricketts is against the passage of this bill. and will likely veto the bill if it does pass. If this happens, there will have to be at least 30 votes to override his veto. Currently, there are only 25 supporters of the bill. To make sure this bill gets passed, I urge all of you to do one small but powerful thing. This action is to write a letter or call your state senator to vote for the bill. With a total of 49 senators, I think it's very realistic to obtain at least 5 more votes for the bill. Another thing we can do is to contact any political organization that you're affiliated with and ask them to support the bill as well. Organizations such as the Nebraska Cattlemen's support the passage of this bill already, according to Tri-State Livestock News. Nebraska Cattlemen applauds advancement of LB 623, Swift Communications Incorporated, January 1st, 2015. Now that we have discussed the disadvantages of the current measure in place, the benefits of passing LB 623, and how to get the bill passed, I hope you all have an understanding of why allowing Nebraska residents in the DACA program to obtain an identification card or a driver's license is a great benefit to the state and its citizens.